Okay, now we're getting kind of like the hitting and setting section of the practice, which is really what I kind of like specialize in. I can help you with your passing. I can make you a better passer. It's not like the strongest point. I mean, I'm sure other coaches might look at this and say, whatever. But I do know what I'm talking about, and I can make you a better passer. But when it comes to this part of it, it's really kind of when I can help you guys when you start paying attention, especially you middles and just really hitters. So through it, this is a good angle for you to see, your setters, so you setters can kind of see how often you guys start and everything you have is faced towards the back of the court, the back corner of the court. And right there, you just kind of saw Erica. She started way out on the left, and she had to throw it out to the right, and that's why she had such a bad follow through. Right here's not so bad, except you're just not moving forward. You're kind of moving backwards, and you start left, and you want to throw it. So now you have this terrible habit of starting left and throwing the ball. And most of the time, it's what's going to happen. You have these easy balls, easy sets, right to target. And look at that. You just want to throw it to the left. Also, you look at this as a hitter, Kara. That's about as much as your arm swing ever gets back, and that's about as low as you ever get. You guys start getting a lot lower, and you got to get those arms way back to help increase your vertical, and also help your timing if you can really just kind of get it on a consistent basis. Good hands right here. You're kind of really leaning back, but I like your hands right here. I know I wanted to stop that, and this is a good follow through. We'll see all those other balls. You really do. Both of you girls set well on your follow through and you're setting back row. You just kind of start to break down whenever you're setting across the net. All your weight was kind of leaning backwards, which wasn't so good. All right, Chelsea. Here we go. This ball contacted her left hand about a foot before it contacted her right hand. Everything she's got most of the time is facing. Look at everything she's facing is almost the back of this where you would be setting or serving from, and she wants to throw it across her body. You got to get your shoulders. She just wants to catch it. She wants to catch it. Okay. Also, look at this as a hitter. Look at this, Mackenzie. See how your feet are almost always past the ball? They're almost always past the ball. This is good for you to watch. I really don't think that you know what you're doing. I'm trying to tell you right now that you're just always, you jump directly under the ball, if not past the ball, and you almost have to jump backwards to keep the ball at least on top of you so you can hit it. You need to start planning before the ball, about 2 feet before the ball, and getting there. Here we go, Morgan. See how low this elbow is? You're just going to have this low and come around. Not to mention you broad jumped about 6 foot. If you'll turn that back, you'll see you planted about 3 feet before the 10-foot line and ended up about 3 feet past it. That's just way, you just need to plant, like I said, plant about 2 feet, jump, take your momentum into the ball. Shouldn't land more than a foot past the ball. These are good hands, but you're really you're just bench pressing the ball at this point. This is why you really can't this is why the ball is so far inside. Hannah, you almost have a perfect swing. Look at this elbow. The ball's still kind of underneath you. I would like it a little bit farther in front of you. That's a great reach. Great elbow. Is high the whole time, but you have to keep the ball in front of you. I mean, on that ball, it was obviously low and inside. You just have to keep it in. You can't swing the way you want to. And the reason that ball was so inside and low is just because Erica just wants to try to bench press the ball. All you girls just want to try to bench press the ball. And you can't. You just can't throw the ball out there. Guys don't even just try to throw the ball out there. Okay, here we go. Kara, I should look at that arm swing. You didn't use your arms at all. You're on the way down. I think the first one's for Erica, and this one's more for Kara right here. Look at your arm swing through the ball. You have good footwork. The footwork, for the most part, is pretty good. Right here, watch how far this swing gets back. It's not very here. And you don't use it to pick you up. You stop here. I think you're already past the ball. You're about to plant. Right here, you're directly underneath the ball. So you have to jump straight up. It's right on top of you. And now you're already on the way down. So that's just bad timing. You just have to we'll just keep setting. You just need repetition. You contacted the ball high and you have a good elbow. So, I mean, you have what it takes to work with. I mean, you can become a good hitter. Simple problems like that. Just timing and really trying to get the most out of your vertical. And staying behind the ball and hitting it, keeping everything in front of you. So, we just need to do. I think we need to start focusing more on hitting lines right now. Good hands, follow through not very good. You saw the follow through earlier where just kind of everything followed through square. Your hands were square to your shoulders, but most of the time your left hand kind of comes around. You'll get a lot of doubles for that probably. Chelsea's gonna get the most doubles by anybody just because she wants to start. She knows that she's gonna have to throw it across her body. So she starts with her left hand a lot higher, and it contacts her left hand. You'll see in the first part of the video, contacted her left hand clearly. That's just going to get called for a double all day. Right here again, Mackenzie, your feet are past the ball. Like that should just never happen in volleyball. Your feet should always be behind you. It should be an opposite. You should have an opposite angle of what you have right now. Plant behind the ball, jump into the ball. Obviously, you don't want to jump, too far. About 2 feet behind the ball. You should land about a foot past the ball. Here we go again with Morgan. Look how low his elbow is. Your whole shoulders are aiming towards the ceiling. This elbow's coming from low to high. This ball is going to hit the wall, I bet. See how that ball went straight up. Everything you had was just aiming straight up. You got to get a high elbow. Worst case scenario, your shoulders should be square. It should be level to the ground and just hitting a flat ball. Another good one by Hannah. Hannah, you just have really good... See what the problem is. You're right underneath the ball. It's underneath. It's right on top of your forehead instead of in front of you. Great elbow, great swing, great jump. Footwork's good, but you have to get the ball in front of you. Plant behind the ball. Chelsea, everyone and their mom knew that ball was going backwards. You got to start disguising your sets a little bit better. And that's just kind of like, you're not getting the ball there because you want to bench press it. You got to start. We'll work on it, though. This is just kind of for you guys to see. I don't want you to think I'm being too critical. Here we go. You can see where she's starting aiming. She's not. She's aiming at me, and that's where the ball goes. And it's not like a coincidence. That was a little better, but she didn't really start where she wanted to. She ended up having to throw it across her body. That's great footwork, Mackenzie. I don't know if you saw the footwork. She got her foot to the ball, but it's just your foot's underneath the ball. Look at it again. It's a good high reach. It's almost perfect footwork. Just plant that right foot 2 feet behind the ball, at least, and jump forward. This practice, I don't know if you're going to see this. Start jumping forward into the ball. This is a good follow. This is a perfect set right here as far as your follow through goes, especially for a back set. I mean, that was just great hands. You weren't really moving through the ball, but that was still. I mean, you were square to the net. Your hands faced. I mean, you finished square to the net. Great follow through on that one, especially for a back set. That's really good. I think actually Rachel has the best footwork for. I mean, at least you're square to the net here, so that's good. You're trying to move forward. See, your footwork's trying to move forward. You're just not really doing it. But anyway. Rachel has the best footwork as far as the back sets go, which is pretty impressive. So you can kind of see her here and get what I'm talking about whenever she's setting it.